and I'm sharing my screen. The next domain that we are going to see is HR. Okay, HR domain. Because anywhere you see, okay, HR application, you'll see hundreds of HR applications. Reason, maybe thousands. Reason is every company needs HR. The moment you go beyond, say, 10 or 20, say maybe 20 employees and a few projects going on, manually it will be very difficult to track through Google Sheets, emails. So you need HR. And larger the company, the moment you go beyond 100, definitely you need some HR system in place to track everything. So where does it HR start? If you look at the previous classes, we have seen POS domain, we have seen CRM domain. So I have shown you POS Vyapar application to install, then Odoo application for CRM, mini ERP, we gave this material management display. Okay. Now we are going on HR domain. This is on 15th March. Typically, if you see BE versus MCA, there was a BE degree, there is a BE degree. I think 30 years before they started MCA also. Why did they start MCA? Almost if you see, this is 4 years within BE also, first year is fully generic. Civil, mechanical, electrical, everything will come. After that only your subject will start. Why did they start MCA? In MCA, the core objective is you need to know multiple applications. I still repeat, software is a support industry. Software is not the core industry. Agriculture is core industry. Textile is core industry. Banking is core industry. Okay. Insurance is core industry. Telecom is core industry. Whereas IT is not a core industry. IT is a support industry. But IT has become like water and electricity. Everybody needs water. Everybody needs electricity. Same way, everybody needs computer and phone. So it has become inseparable. Whereas the connection between agriculture and medical equipments will be very less. Very, very minimal. Maybe even negligible. The connection between drug industry, drug meaning the medical, pharmaceutical industry, and agriculture will be very minimal. Okay. Whereas if you take the connection between any industry with IT, it is always there. It is always there. Every company spends typically 2 to 10%. When I say IT, they may buy computers, they may buy software, they may buy some additional data storage. Even if you buy email from Google, it is like 250 rupees per month. That's an IT spend. So every company spends on IT. Same way, every company needs HR. What does it mean, human resources? Why do I need to manage? Because software is fully logic-based industry. Any industry needs people. People only execute the task. Where does it start? HR, where does it start? First thing is your organization. Organization has a structure. Before that, organization has roles or designations. There's a structure. Okay. Departments. These are very, very fundamental. Okay. What do you mean by roles? In every organization, you will have CEO, CTO, chief marketing officer, vice president, assistant vice president, project manager, assistant project manager, project lead, etc., etc., trainees. These are all the designations. So someone has to map the designations. Structure. Who reports to who? 100 people or say 1,000 people. Who is reporting to which person? Who is your lead? Who is your manager? How many project managers are reporting to a general manager? How many, which general managers are reporting to which vice president? That is a structure. Then departments, purchase, finance, accounts, sales, marketing, etc. So there will be departments. First thing in any company is that you have to feed in this data. Coming back to that MCA, the core aim of MCA is making people aware of every single domain-based application. If you cover top 10 or 20, okay, industries, for example, textile, agriculture, banking, insurance, healthcare, telecom, retail. So if you typically cover these industries and you know what is the operation that is happening in this industry on a day-to-day basis, you will become a better developer and you will become a better tester. Okay, that is the core aim of starting MCA. Now everybody needs this. Everybody needs this. Okay. The first step in HR is this. Second thing that happens is hiring the employees, potential. So what happens in hiring? You tell me. How do you know that something is going on, some opening is in a company? How do you know? How do you know about this? How a company hires? Let us say a company starts from scratch. Only one person is there in sales department, marketing department, CEO. That's it. Company has got no people. Now I have to bring in people, hire people. So what will you do? There is a process for hiring. So in hiring, first thing is job descriptions. What is the job you are going to do? How many positions? Get candidate profiles. Okay, they have to submit your resume. Each one should submit resume, job description, how many positions. Along with the job description, they will also give which location, what is the salary, everything they have to give. Fine. If you go to indeed.com, right? Indeed.com means a testing. Software testing. Where says Bengaluru. Now, I don't want Bengaluru, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. Okay. Performance test engineer. Okay. Lead system engineer. Software testing engineer. Impalox. If you go here, then it says so, okay. Bachelor's degree preferred. Minimum experience is this. Full job description. Okay. And then first criteria is good analytical thinking, sharp eye for detail in writing test cases, good communication skills. Now they will say what is the working hours, education degree needed, right? All this information they will give. So first thing is the company will create candidate profiles. Before that, I just want to show one more thing. What I have done is Zoho as a company has got a product called People. Okay. Zoho People is a HR management system. It has got a 15-day free trial. You can also sign up freely. If you go here, it has got so many services. Okay. Now, within this, okay, within this GoGo, these people, now the very first thing, if you go to settings, company details, who are all your users, which are all the departments, okay, what are the designations. If I click on this designation, associate, executive, head of department, officer, public relations, you can add any designation. But remember one thing in software, always remember my first few classes. Any software you go, there is a page, there is a menu, there is a grid or whatever. If I click on this, it will show in grid. There is a screen, there is an element where you click and type, right? You click on this, it will ask what is the designation, what is the email. Okay, so anywhere you go in software, this is how it will be there. So designations, which are all my office locations. You can add a location. So I want to add a location. You can say Chennai office, country, India, submit. Okay. So if you go back and then see, Chennai also will appear. Where are your offices located? Locations. Now, there is something called, okay, under the organization, employee profiles. Okay. Before I come to the employee profile, I need to know how to hire. No employee directly comes except the first few, right? Other than that, okay, other than that, there is a clear profile process, then screen profiles, because the moment you announce a job, 1,000 people may apply, even 1 lakh people may apply. From there, I need to select, filter out, screen the profiles, filter out, then schedule, test or interview, get test or interview status, give offer letter, get acceptance, verify records, on board. So hiring itself has got so many steps. Just like that, nobody will come into the company. Somewhere I need to announce. Then I have to get the profiles. People will submit to referrals, through emails. You will get tons of resumes. Someone from HR department should sit and then filter out which is needed for me, which is not needed for me. Then schedule the test. Correct? You have to schedule the test. After you schedule the test, but schedule the test itself is a big thing, because where are you going to conduct the test? Who will set the question paper? I'm not going to that details. HR will plan question paper, venue, date, time, supervisors, so many things you need. If it is an online test, your college probably, let us say VIT or Shastra or GATE or NEET, JEE, they will take to some places where thousands of computers are available. You can log in using your ID, show the hall ticket, verify the hall ticket, get you in. So scheduling a test itself is a big task. I'm just giving one line. Many people think HR is very easy. No. In Tamil, we used to say, Kottu vela irukumbangala. A bunch of work. Right? It's not just one work. Too many work is there. And suddenly somebody will call, sir, I am late for the test. Where should I come? Tell me the way. Someone has to answer. Once the test is conducted, then someone has to evaluate the papers. Then offer letter, you have to interview status. During the interview, there may be negotiations that may be happening. You have to give the offer letter. Again, whether the interview is accepted or rejected, give the offer letter. You give the offer letter, that guy may not be even accepting. Okay. In fact, when a company recently fired thousands of employees, even yesterday, Meta announced another 10,000 people are relieved. The firing starts there. In fact, one of the people said, when company is asking you, why are you joining my company? You should also ask, why are you hiring me? The same question you can ask when they fire, right? Why are you hiring me? That is also a valid question by the candidate. He's a free citizen of the India, so everybody has the right. So people will ask 100 questions in the interview. The interviewer will ask, the candidate also will ask. You may give the offer letter, that guy may not even accept the offer letter. No, this offer letter sucks. That guy may not even accept the offer letter. Then suppose he or she accepts the offer letter, you need to verify the records. Whether the Aadhaar number is correct, whether this PAN number is correct, whether this experience certificate is forgery. Every now and then we get, almost every month we get 10 background verifications for our past employees. When somebody moves from one company to another company, the new company will ask, oh, this guy, did he or she work in your company on this designation at this salary package? People tell lies. Guys, please understand this. People tell lies during the interview. That has to be backed up, not the lie. Your fact has to be backed up with your proof of employment. So verifying the employees, even after verification, people may not join you. Bring the employee. When you have to bring the employee, then you have to give email, location, and then tickets, reimburse, stay, ID card, everything has to be planned. So all these things are part of hiring. Then only you are getting one new guy in your company or 1,000 new guys in your company. This is a whole hiring process. Okay. So if you go here under this more, there is a thing called onboarding. Then there is something called onboarding flows. Onboarding flow. Employee onboarding. What is this? If you click on it, right? So many things are there, right? There is a checklist to be done. What is the checklist? Higher secondary mark, degree certificate, everything they will do. Okay. Then under all these things, there may be a flow only for hiring alone or just job description alone. So it is not just getting the guy in. Before getting the guy in, there is a whole lot of process going on. So if you click on the services, so many HR letters. So the HR letters should again go along with your salary package, everything, statutory classes, everything. This will be the very first process. Is this clear? The flow of HR, hiring, onboarding a person. Is this clear? When you join a company, the same thing will happen. If this flow is clear, can you give a reaction or raise your hand? Is this hiring flow clear in a HR application? I think a few hands rising. Good. Now, assume that the guy you are hired in a company. You are now in the company as an employee. Now, what may happen? There is something called self-service. While joining, you would have traveled from maybe North India to South India or from Madurai to Chennai. Company would say, I will give you first class ticket fare. There is something called reimbursement. So for reimbursement, again, the company will provide, okay. Before that, attendance. What is your attendance to the company? There are multiple ways people track your attendance. Okay, inside the company, attendance tracking itself is a big thing. Usual way is you scan the card, biometric. If you enter the company, you scan the card. That means you are getting into the company. While going out, you show the card. Gate opens, you come out of the company. So when you are in, when you are out, or you have to put the biometric. Now there is a big thing here itself for HR and IT infra. There may be 20 buildings in the campus. You go to Infosys campus, TCS campus, Cognizant campus, 20 or 30 buildings will be there. Multiple floors. Right? Each floor you can access, where you can get the entry, they will program in your card. That card reader or the card sensor will allow only those people who are allowed inside that campus. You cannot go to every place with just one card. And if you try to imagine a person goes and then just scans the card in the buildings, every day this guy goes and then scans the card in a wrong building or here and there in different floors. They will call, the HR will call the guy, hey, you are not supposed to go to that building. Why are you trying? Are you a spy? Are you trying to steal some? Because it gives us speculation. You are supposed to go to building number 3, floor number 4. That is your place, workplace. Why are you unnecessarily loitering in so many other places? They will check. So attendance tracking is one key measurement. When you entered, when you went out for lunch, when you were back, when you exited. In fact, I still remember I was working in Los Angeles in one company. Two other people were sitting next to me. Almost every hour they used to go out for smoking. Every hour. End of the month came. They said morning 8 o'clock I come to the office. Evening 4 o'clock I leave. So 8 hours, barring half an hour lunch or whatever. They said we worked 7.5 hours. In fact, my project manager very clearly said, boss, you were inside the building, but every day you were out, every hour you were out for 10 minutes for puffing. So 7 times or 8 times you went out, 8 into 10 minutes, everything is recorded in the card reader. Okay, 80 minutes per day for 22 days. Average 1.25 hours into 22 days. Those many hours you have to discount from your timesheet. Only for the rest of the hours I will pay. Full stop, end of story. So this is and especially in factories, this also creates safety issues. You cannot loiter in certain places. Suddenly you may get exposed to hazardous things. So attendance tracking is a very, very important system. Along with attendance, leave track. This is a very straightforward system. If you go to leave, Okay, services. I want to apply for leave. Okay. Now there needs to be a date of joining that I need to pull in, right? Once I am, for example, if I go to this guy, everywhere you can say apply leave, and within that, what is it a casual leave, earned leave, paternity leave, maternity leave, sabbatical leave, sick leave, from which date you want, what is the reason for leave, apply. So you apply for leave, manager will have to approve. So the manager or you, to whom you are reporting to, that person has to approve. So for leave, apply for leave and approval for leave is tracked in the HR management system. Why? Because end of the month, total number of working days is these days, of which you have applied leave for this. Whether this leave it is a paid leave or an unpaid leave, based on that your salary will be processed. For accounts department to process the salary, HR department has to provide this data. Is this clear up to this point? If so, please raise your hands. Right. So Abdul also mentioned they give training. Yes, I will come to that. Training is also another part of HR. We will come to that. Right. So HR is a huge system. Every company needs HR. There should be a dedicated set of people, depending upon the number of people in your company, to handle HR. Okay. Okay. Did we learn something new today? I'll stop recording here of my portion.